How Chicago raised its entire city. In the 19th century, Chicago was one of the fastest-growing cities in America. People arrived for jobs, trade, and opportunity. But the city had a serious problem. It was built on swampy land. After every rain, the streets flooded. Wastewater had nowhere to go. Disease spread quickly. Chicago wasn't just dirty, it was sinking. A city below water level. The ground was soft. The water table was high. Sewage systems failed constantly. Engineers tried canals. They tried drainage. Nothing worked. Because the real problem wasn't the pipes, it was the height of the city itself. Chicago was too low. A solution that sounded impossible. Then someone proposed a radical idea. Raise the entire city. Not rebuild it, not move it, lift it. Buildings, hotels, sidewalks, streets, all of it. How do you lift a city without machines? There were no cranes, no hydraulics, no heavy equipment. What they had was mechanical jacks, wooden beams, precise planning, and hundreds of workers. Engineers placed hundreds of jacks under each building. They lifted it a few centimeters at a time, then added supports, then lifted again. Slow, controlled, exact. People stayed inside while buildings were lifted. Here's the part that sounds unreal. Hotels kept operating. Guests slept in their rooms. Restaurants served food, while the entire building was rising into the air. Many people didn't even notice. These buildings weighed thousands of tons. Some structures were multi-story, brick and stone, thousands of tons. But the weight was divided across hundreds of jacks. Each jack carried only a small part of the load. It wasn't brute force, it was engineering. The streets were lifted too. Soon, raising buildings wasn't enough. The streets had to rise as well. Entire roads were elevated, sidewalks rebuilt, new sewer systems installed. Water finally drained away. Chicago became dry. How much of the city was lifted? Over 300 buildings were raised. Banks, homes, hotels, theaters, some by over 2 meters. Chicago didn't just grow, it physically moved upward. Why nothing collapsed? Everything was lifted evenly. No side rose faster than another. If one jack failed, the system stopped. Precision mattered more than speed. What happened under the buildings? While structures were in the air, foundations were reinforced, sewer systems installed, ground leveled. Then the buildings were carefully lowered onto their new bases. Why not just demolish the city? Because demolition was slow and expensive. Lifting was faster, and it worked. What changed afterward? Flooding stopped. Disease decreased. The city became stable. Soon after, Chicago became the birthplace of skyscrapers. Why this feels unreal today? We rely on machines. They relied on systems, not power, coordination. The real secret, not technology, not money, organization. Every worker had a role. Every movement was planned. That's how a city was lifted. Final thought. Chicago didn't escape its problems. It rose above them. Literally.